What's up guys? We're still here in Nha Trang and we are at Hokkaido Ramen. It's a Japanese place in a kind of like a shopping mall strip kind of thing. We're on level 3. We are located right at exactly here, actually. So you just put this in and this will take you to the exact shopping mall that it's located in. We are on the 3rd floor and it's called Hokkaido Ramen. That's kind of the opening of the mall over there. And the thing is, I wasn't really expecting to go to a Japanese place, quite honestly. Don't know what it's going to be like here. Because normally when you go to a random country to eat another random country's food, it's normally not that great. Like how earlier we had spaghetti, for example, and it was just ketchup. So, but this place is fairly small, kind of like a food court type scenario. But we actually ordered a lot of things to try out. So let's see how it is when everything comes out. Okay guys, the food has arrived and I made a huge mistake. It looks like I over ordered by quite a bit, to be honest with you guys. It seems like, especially with the rice bowls, it's actually a lot larger than I was expecting, like it would be in America. And the sashimi pieces are actually quite large here. They're not the exact same size here, but this is the Hokkaido ramen. But let me show you guys how actual the size of these pieces are. But they are substantial. It's not like your tiny little pieces that you get at the normal restaurants in America. But yeah, I wanted to try a little bit of everything to see how it is, because you never know how these things will turn out in a different country, because maybe they don't specialize in it. But let's try with this miso soup, because I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same as before, because it's probably just the powder they pour in, the straight water. But let's see. It's not as flavorful as it is in America. Actually, it's not quite as good. But actually, the main thing here would be the sashimi. Let's see how fresh it is. But let's see how the salmon is. That's actually not bad. That's actually not bad at all. It's actually served. Well, actually, I can't tell you how it's served, because we actually waited for all the food to come out. So I'm not sure if it was served cold or room temperature or not, but I did wait for a little while. So this is actually room temperature now. It actually took a while for all this stuff to come out. So, but it is good. And the pickled ginger here, it is actually quite different from what you would get normally, because this is a sweeter pickle. It's not just a pure tangy pickle. It's a sweeter pickle, and it's not pickled for as long, so you get a stronger ginger flavor to it. Well, let's try out the sushi rice, because that's a big important to the actual sushi itself. But let's see how it is. I think they made that with a little too much water. It's a little soft and sticky for my taste. Like, I know sushi rice is supposed to be sticky, but it's supposed to be a little bit less than that. But actually, let's try the shrimp tempura roll. Let's see what that. It's actually fairly small, so it's not one of those premium rolls there. So the rice on the roll itself is actually a lot firmer. The rice on the sushi roll is better than the rice that you get right there. But let's see this tempura salmon roll, I believe. Yeah, it's a focus. It's a tempura salmon roll. Let's have a try with that. That one is actually pretty good. Pretty good. Let's try this. What was this? Unagi? I think this is eel with avocado roll. Let's see. It's not it's not completely fresh. They probably made it this morning. It's about 1:30 right now. It's not the freshest thing. Flavor is good. You actually get a lot of avocado with it. The slices of avocado are pretty thick, and you get a lot of them there. So it looks like the portions here are a lot, well, not a lot, but quite a bit larger than what they would be like in America. Like with this right here, I'm not sure, but I ordered one set. So I don't know if it normally comes with 2 sets or not. But yeah, it came with 2 sets as it was ordered. So, you know, maybe that's the norm. But I forgot what this was. Oh, is this the pork? Or no, that's fish. Okay. Okay, let's try it out. What is that? It looks like mackerel. Oh, that yellow thing is spongy and crunchy at the same time. Almost like fish eggs, but it's bitter, slightly bitter. I do not know what that is. Is it roe? I'm not sure. But it tastes very weird. I've never had this before. You get a pop in your mouth, kind of like fish eggs. But is it? I think it is. I think it might be. I think this is the belly of mackerel. And this might actually be the roe. That's weird. I haven't had it like that before. Because it seems to be here too. But let's try the shrimp. Let's try that shrimp. Quite honestly, nothing out of the ordinary with the shrimp. The shrimp is okay. It's not as old as the eel. Well, let's try this octopus here, octopus roll. Quite honestly, by the looks of it, I don't have extremely high hopes for it. It looks chewy and it looks a little old, to be honest. But let's see. Okay. So it's not old, but they did cut it a little thick. It is a little bit chewy. But the octopus is not it's not old. It doesn't have that fishy smell or anything like that. So that's perfectly fine. I don't even know what's the point of this because it's just a fake crab. It's kind of a universal flavor. It's the same ingredients everywhere around the world. Actually, let's try this little salad. Let's try this little salad. I think that's just like straight up mayonnaise. They didn't really make a salad dressing there. It's like lettuce with mayonnaise. So not exactly authentic there. But to be fair, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. I'm okay with the flavor. The salad is fresh. As with most vegetables here, it's actually fairly difficult to find old vegetables here, but everything comes pretty fresh. Let's give this a try because I haven't had this either. Let's try. Oh, it's a custard. It's a custard. Let's see. Fairly bland, to be honest with you. Very little salt added. I could take it or leave it. It doesn't make the dish. It doesn't really add anything to it. Nothing special really. So one of the good things about this place, looking at it, is yes, it is more expensive than going out and eating Vietnamese food, but it's actually slightly cheaper than it would be in America. So if you're used to that kind of pricing, as long as you're not looking for the absolute best deal, then there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. For the most part, the food here is pretty fresh, but just not the eel. The eel isn't fresh. I don't know if a lot of people eat that here or if it's just old, but I would not recommend the eel. Everything else is okay. There's nothing majorly wrong with it, but nothing special really. You do get larger portions. The cuts are larger. The bowl of rice is not great, but the rice on the sushi at least is much better. You do get a pretty good value considering that this is in a mall shopping type area. Normally these places are highly overpriced, but at least by Western standards, it's not that bad actually. This is actually a lot more authentic than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be absolutely different because they just don't know how to make it, but this is, I'd say, a good 70-80%, Japanese, except for maybe the salad dressing, kind of the freshness of certain items, and making the rice. That's a big important one. The rice is not great or perfect, but other than that, it's a fairly serviceable meal. It's not bad at all. This tray here with the custard, the rice, the sashimi, the miso, and the salad was, I believe, 280K, which is like, what is that, $12, $13 or something like that. So, it's like half the price of what it would normally be in America. Like, in America, it would be over 20 bucks for something like this. So, price-wise, fantastic. You can come here, eat Japanese food without blowing up your wallet. But yeah, this is Hokkaido ramen. So my mom was saying that the ramen here is quite a lot saltier, which is kind of weird because a lot of the foods in Vietnam is a lot less salty than it would be in America. So I do find that weird. I didn't try it myself, but you gotta go by the people who eat it. So it's not bad. But yeah, there's plenty of food here, so you would definitely get your money's worth. And yeah, I don't think you'll be too disappointed with this, especially considering the number of options you have. You're not going to find too many foreign foods everywhere around the country. Usually in Ho Chi Minh City, you'll find quite a bit of options for foreign foods, but outside it's more rare. So the fact that you can find any in Nha Trang, I was not expecting this at all. But yeah, this is Hokkaido ramen, and I definitely recommend trying this place if you want some food that you're used to. If you're tired of the weird stuff, or even if you somehow get tired of Vietnamese food, definitely get this to try. Cleanse your palate a little bit, get you a bit of flavor from home, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, so guys, so apparently I'm trying this ramen anyway. So let's just go for it, even though I already ate. So a bit of a fair warning for the ramen. It had been sitting out here for a little while as I was eating all the other stuff. So the ramen has soaked up a lot of the soup. So I can't really blame it for that. But from what I can tell, the egg is overcooked. It's not runny like it should be. Let's try this pork. So the pork is 50-50 really. The meat is a little dry. It's a little dry there. But the fat and the skin, very, very nice, very soft. It just looks like they just couldn't get the temperature quite right to get the meat soft and tender. The pork is okay. It's, like I said, it's a half and half, but let's try the broth because that's the other half of this equation here. Okay, so the broth is pretty flavorless. It's pretty bland. It's like a basic broth. It doesn't remind me of anything Japanese really. I'd say the dish as an overall, it's probably a 4 out of 5. It's not great at all. Maybe a 3, maybe 3 out of 5. Oh wait, not a 4 out of 5. What am I talking about? A 3 or 4 out of 10. I normally do it out of 5 elsewhere. But yeah, I don't really recommend the ramen here, even though it's directly in the name. If you're gonna get anything, get the sushi and the sashimi because that's actually okay. And I was also told that if you get a rice bowl like that, about 75-80% of the bowl is actually just rice. You don't get a lot of, well, anything else in there. And she got tired of eating that pretty quickly, so I also don't recommend the rice bowl at all. Not one bit. Yeah, so I guess the menu is kind of a hit and miss here. Yeah, get the sushi, get the sashimi. Don't get the eel, don't get the ramen, and definitely don't get the rice bowls. But that's kind of how it is here. It's not gonna be perfect, but you know, if you're really craving for food you have at home, then well, sometimes you just gotta take what you get.